Hello travelers, we're checking out some off-grid living, like cob house building, off-grid living, and I show you this guy right here. He knows all about it.
Hi everyone, so my name's Chris Harbour. About 6 years ago I bought a piece of agricultural land, 18.5 acres to be exact, with the intention of turning it into a sustainable off-grid small holding.
That's a lot of land.
I built this house, which I've now been living in for 5 years, and I thought it'd be nice to just show all of the different things that I've built in the last 5 years.
Oh, he's got like, look, there's like a heart back there. This looks like some type of water heater.
And how far we've come from just a field where I was staying in a tent to having a house, workshop, greenhouse, garden, and varying other things. It has been a huge improvement on my life generally. My well-being is far greater than it ever was before. Mental health, my physical health.
Being away from people, my brain feels so much better being away. Yeah, watch out for them cherries.
And the wood was all mostly free. I didn't pay much for it, just some of the roundwood poles that the frame are made of. Everything else was offcuts.
Yeah, I guess the frames are the hardest part. You got your clay and your stone and your cob and your wood.
And the binder between the logs is just clay, sand and straw, which is known as cob. So the entire...
Yeah guys, cob housing, that's what we're talking about here. Off-grid living cob housing. These things apparently it's like better than wood and siding because bugs can't go in it. They like mold over and it clays. But I guess the bugs can go in the log, right? I don't know how that works.
The building cost approximately £3,000 to make, so it was incredibly cheap, and which was needed because at the time...
£3,000? It's like... I don't know how much that is. Sorry guys, American education system. $3,549.
I didn't have any money at all, so it was built very much to that cost of how much I had, which was basically nothing. Around about a year to build, and it was all of the wood is hot water, which is heated via the wood stove. I have my desk at the back, which I do my editing from, and generally running my work. Around the side, mostly Dot's area. She has a harp and a spinning wheel, and where she keeps her clothes and things.
This is awesome.
We have like this mezzanine floor up here where we sleep, and behind me is the porch area where we take off our shoes and stuff. So we also have a bath
Bob Marley.
in the
I thought
side
you
on
was
the
going to say we
left-hand
also have a Bob Marley poster, but I guess yeah, the
side
bath's
there.
more important.
And it's an open bath, so it's quite communal, but that's okay because it's only me and Dot. And
Yes,
that is the area, the square area on the front where we take off our shoes. The house is completely off-grid. It's
Got his
powered by
toaster right next to where he can write a little book. It's funny to look at people's like environments.
solar and
Oh,
hydro.
that's why you can't see much of my room, but I really don't care.
And we don't use any gas or anything like that. We cook on the wood stove.
Nice
and
wood stove. That'll keep you
use
warm.
the electric cooker for when we have plenty of solar power or hydroelectric power.
This
thing I
guy's
built was-
solar hydro.
So all of the power and everything is where all the solar and the hydroelectric comes into, and where all the batteries are. So it's a roundwood frame, cladded.
Jesus, you built a whole shed just for the...
State of evolving and changing.
This is what the energy companies and UGI, the government, they don't want you to know about this.
Changing.
You could daisy chain rig a bunch of things together on a piece of plywood and not have to pay UGI.
It's going to get upgraded soon
That's
to
what I
lithium
wanted.
batteries.
He paid a lot of money to
But
get all
it's
these
the
things
main
up.
source of power. The main storage is a large forklift battery, which is second-hand and in need of sorting out. Really.
A second-hand forklift battery.
Because it's losing capacity. I've got hydroelectric that comes in here. I have my hydroelectric control, so I can change my nozzles, and that's all connected to the internet. A vast amount of water flows over here, average.
Whoa. This makes sense.
Every day. So the water comes into this intake and the leaves and stuff are cleaned off of it, and excess water, when flowing, brushes the leaves and self-cleans the intake screen. The water goes down this pipe, and as it moves downhill it gains in pressure. The pipe is always full, and so as water leaves the bottom, more water is replaced at the top. So the pipe is always filled to the brim. The water isn't flowing down the pipe, you know, like a stream. The pipe is full and pressurized the whole time. This intake is
awesome. Creating force, making the hydro churn.
Down this pipe, and it enters into this small building that I built. It's there. What looked like the water
this is
sprays
like
out
what they did
of
at Dorney
jets,
Park while we were Kingdom.
hits into what look like spoons really, and that causes rotation in this permanent magnet alternator on the top. It produces nearly 5 times to sustain it, but it will turn. The second one.
It's like duct tape, connectors. I don't see any like soldering. It looks more electrical, the electrical boxes.
Power shed and into those separate charge controllers that I showed you earlier. They're all second hand. I didn't pay any more than £80 each for any of
£8 each? That's like $100
them. There's around 2 kilowatts of energy here in full sun, and this is what we use to power everything, workshop, house.
He spent like $800 and got like 8
for
of these things.
The rest of the year that the hydro isn't on. They're just sort of resting on temporary stands and stuff, just bits of wood in the ground, and I'm hoping this winter to consolidate these onto a nice timber frame stand at some point.
Hydro in the winter, because I guess the snow, yeah, would melt and cause more current, more water. And then it would be brighter in the summer. Huh.
Yeah, that's what we use. It's simply underground. It has this lovely porch on the front, which on the front it's still under construction. The lower floor is dug into a hillside, excavated, so on the front it's open, but on the back...
This is a good idea. What's up, Mar? My cat. I like this idea. Digging into the foundation.
It's completely underground. And like I say, when I use the staircase here, this is leading up to the building that's still under construction. This workshop is going to be for working on a vehicle in the middle, being able to lift it up into this pitched roof space, and working on my hydroelectric turbine business, which I'm going to be starting, transferring all the things I learned.
This guy's awesome.
Check
him out.
And we're planning on, once I get these solar panels moved.
Chris Harbor, natural building. I know. I gotta play with M.R.R.